What is up, everybody? It's your boy Jono NBA back with another video. The NBA playoffs are officially here, and in this video I'll be giving my predictions based on the Eastern Conference playoffs. Now let's get to it. The Milwaukee Bucks versus the Miami Heat. In this series right here, I must admit, at first I wasn't impressed at all. After the Miami Heat had lost to the Atlanta Hawks in the play-in tournament and then let Chicago come back, although they still won that game, it told me that this team was not a threat to the Milwaukee Bucks, not one bit. But the performance that Jimmy Butler put on in Game 1, and now that Greek Freak is out suffering from a low back contusion, although we don't know exactly how long he'll be out for, but I have some concerns about Milwaukee. Now, the Milwaukee Bucks to me are a team that practically has everything. I mean, their core of a team is so great that when Giannis is not even in the lineup, Milwaukee still manages to win games. And they still could have taken Game 1. That's how good I think they are. Drew Holiday, who is a leader. Brook Lopez comes through on both ends of the floor. Bobby Portis, a key contributor on the roster. Grayson Allen, a knockdown shooter. Middleton as well. I think the Milwaukee Bucks is too good for Miami, honestly. But knowing that this is the playoffs and the loss of Giannis, I think this could possibly go to 6 or 7 games. But I'm still going with Milwaukee here. I do trust them even without Giannis. I think they can match up very well against Miami while he's out for the time being. But I got the Bucks winning this series in 6 games. The Atlanta Hawks versus the Boston Celtics. In this series, I'm telling you right now, there's absolutely no way that the Hawks are beating the Boston Celtics. Did y'all see that beatdown that the Boston gave Atlanta on Saturday? Just an abomination. I mean, my goodness. All season long, Atlanta has been the most mediocre team, I swear. Like, pretty much their whole stat category has been mid. And talk about the chemistry on that team. It just looks awful. Atlanta only shot 5 for 29 from three-point range the whole entire game. Boston led by 30 in the first half. This is exactly what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Like, even the trade for DeJounte Murray looks bad. I mean, you gave up 3 future first-round picks and a swap for him. And then you have Trae Young, who hasn't had quite the best season compared to last year. And now you're hearing rumors about him possibly being traded from Atlanta, from its own organization. It just looks bad. And just like Milwaukee, Boston has everything. I mean, they're just too good. Atlanta probably could win at least 1 game if they're lucky, but I honestly don't see them beating Boston in the series. So I got the Boston Celtics in 4. The Philadelphia 76ers versus the Brooklyn Nets. In this series, I'm picking the Philadelphia 76ers to win. And as you saw in Game 1, James Harden showed up and Tyrese Maxey showed up in Game 2. That right there is what I really enjoyed seeing from Philly, helping their star Joel Embiid, because we already know he's going to show up. Although Brooklyn has been doubling that man each night, but it just tells you how good of a player he is. And you have some folks saying he's for damn sure this year's MVP. Now, I must say, before the series started, I was a little skeptical about Philly, because, you know, sometimes, I don't know, like, I just question how can the rest of these guys really help Embiid when it's needed. And based on last year's playoffs and some of the performances James Harden had and how he led the team, to some fans like myself a little confused due to his play. Like, we thought he'd be that guy, that second option to Embiid last year, but no, Tyrese Maxey was. And based on Game 2, we're practically seeing it again. Tobias Harris continued to do his thing. Doc Rivers' coaching is always questionable, as always in the playoffs. See, the thing is with Philly is sometimes it's like what will go wrong can go wrong. So although I have them to win this series, and it's looking like they will, it's still pretty questionable. Now with Brooklyn, I feel like these guys play together. They don't just have one guy they can rely on to get their number. I feel like anybody on that team can get theirs. I honestly just see them as the underdogs, really. I mean, Philly is a much more deeper team. They're more well-experienced. It's kind of like a mismatch, and I feel like this series could possibly go to 6 games, but I am taking the 76ers in 6. The Cleveland Cavaliers versus the New York Knicks. This series right here, I'm absolutely loving it. Both teams have done great this year, especially my Knicks, compared to the shameful year they had last year, and the way Jalen Brunson has been leading this team all year long, especially in Game 1. Did you guys see that performance? I mean, talking about resilience in the fourth quarter. 21 of his 27 points scored in the second half. First series opening road win since back in 1999. I can't say how thankful I am that he's here. But yo, I gotta tell you something. Watching that game in crunch time, you can't have Jalen Brunson doing everything by himself. I mean, come on, New York. Jalen Brunson really willed the Knicks that night for that win. It could have easily been a screw up as it was, while Cleveland already went on a quickly to 7-0 run in like the last 4 minutes in the game, and we could have still probably lost. RJ Barrett, I swear, I'm just not the biggest fan of his. Randall can sometimes get on my nerves too, but I don't think it's as much as RJ Barrett. I mean, talk about turning the ball over with a whole bunch of silly plays. I just hope the Knicks finally realize it and trade him, because I really do not like his game. Like, he gives me no hope whatsoever. See, if I could have redone that trade of sending Cam Reddish to Portland, I'd trade him for RJ, because I honestly can't stand RJ. I'd take Cam Reddish over him any day, but I digress. As for the rest of those guys, it's a must they help Jalen Brunson in crunch time. I mean, I saw Josh Hart hit a big shot, Julius Randle with a key offensive rebound, but I need to see some more from these guys. Now with Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell did his thing, dropping 38. He's another one I'd say just slightly needs better momentum from his teammates. I mean, they're good, but they can do better. Now, I'm not going to be biased here. But I have the Cleveland Cavaliers taking the series in 7 games. I just think they're just a much deeper team. I think their depth compared to New York is a little better, but you didn't hear that from me. All right, New York? Now, let me stop, man. But no, honestly, I think this series can go either way. And what I really like about this series is it's going to show you who really won the offseason move on the Knicks. Not acquiring Donovan Mitchell like we all wanted to, but acquiring Jalen Brunson, who absolutely been big time for the Knicks all year. Trust me, we'll be seeing a series here, folks. We'll be seeing a series. But I got Cleveland in 7. Look at me. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm going against both New York teams. How that sound? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my social media links are down in the description below. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. Stay tuned for more, as I'll be back with my playoff prediction in the Western Conference. Don't forget to also leave a comment down in the comment section. Till next time, Jono out.